Assalam-o-Alaikum fellows, this is Rehana Sher and I am an executive coach and head of coaching division at Possibilities Global led by Kaisar Abbas. And today I have the very talented Kamran Zahid, who himself is a leadership coach and have transformed many lives professionally and personally. So let's talk to Kamran Zahid and we'll be talking about productivity today. So Kamran, what is your goal on productivity? Like, what is it, and why at the first place productivity?
Perfect. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the podcast. As far as productivity is concerned, when we were raising up in a corporate environment, what all we used to perceive our perception of productivity was a lot of work, and a lot of work to be done in a very short span of time. So this is how productivity is actually defined as per the international dictionaries out there. So in short, if I can explain this, though, it is a very easy equation of production divided by time. That's it. So whatever output we want to achieve divided by the time that we are doing it. So that's productivity. Again, once we are in life coaching, right, and we see how things work, though, we add another factor to this. So I add a factor of fun factor or enjoyment factor to this. So productivity, what I said is the output divided by time multiply the fun factor. So this is what productivity is, and why you said that why it is important. So there could be multiple reasons for productivity. One reason is I should be at the top. Again, this competitive approach, what our systems or the world around us has given us, may have some negative connotations as well. So it's nothing bad to be on the top. It's nothing bad. I mean, they're two extremes, right? So there's one extreme to say you shouldn't be expecting any results. You shouldn't be counting any numbers. You shouldn't be. I mean, everybody is same. A person who is getting 100 out of 100 and a person who is getting 20 out of 100 is absolutely same and all. So this is one extreme. And second extreme is that we gauge people or we respect people with the glasses or with the perspective of what productivity they have done. This is another extreme, I guess. The median or the जिसको हम कहते हैं कि एक मुनासिब फील्ड which you should be stars जो मिलना चाहिए, that should be कि if I'm progressing, if I'm doing my best, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि I want to leave others या I want to beat others. It's just that I'm getting ahead of others so that I can inspire others to be their best versions. So these are two different things. I want to beat Rehana is something else. I want to inspire Rehana to be from point A to point B. This is another factor. And humans are, I guess, we are the elite most creation of Almighty, right? And we should be performing at our peaks, the best possible what we can do, right? And for that, I mean, the concepts of productivity and being actually productive is a must why for ourselves, our families, our friends, the companies that we are working for, the clients, vendors, and to inspire our colleagues to be their best versions. So this is my take on productivity.
Wonderful. So what's your take on like all this stuff like the real life work-life balance and the productivity, and like can one be holistically productive?
Mm-hmm. With all due respect to the management gurus out there, I do not agree with this term work-life balance. There's a basic and fundamental problem is there. It means that work is not life, and life is not work, and this is why we have to balance that, right? So if we want to live a contented life and a meaningful life, and a life that is inspirational for others, and a life which is much more than just my wife and my kids and my job and my business and my numbers and all, that should be inspirational for others, and it should be impacting others. Impacting in terms of it should be solving actual problems, right? So if this is the paradigm of the world, and if this is the paradigm of my work, so what I should be following is the IKIGAI model. It's very famous. I'm sure the listeners that who are listening us, they must know IKIGAI model, and if not, they can research on that. AIKIGAI, so IKIGAI. So this is, it's a Venn diagram of four circles overlapping each other. So there is whatever you're doing should be solving a problem in the world. And you should be very expert in this. So these two circles should be overlapping. You should be making very good money out of it. because unless you are economically very strong, you can do much anything, and not any project can be sustainable and all. And you should love that whatever you're doing. So you should be very passionate about that. And once, I mean, this is a very sweet combination, and it's very hard to find that. Very hard to find that. But once that is figured out, you don't have to wait for Sunday or Saturday or weekend so that I'm relaxed. So just give you an example. For instance, I have admitted my little daughter. She's around 4. In a school, and that school is absolutely, they don't call it a school, they call it a learning academy, and they have slides and the ball house and all games out there. And literally on Friday, when she came back from school and she knew that weekend is coming, she gets sad. Literally, she gets sad. The last week, as you know, elections were going on and all, so the whole week was off, and she was depressed. Why I'm not going to school? When the school will be open? And on Monday, she was like literally bouncing on her bed. I'm going to school. I'm going to school. The reason is she was enjoying there, right? And she's learning there. Yes. So if we are literally enjoying, and the problem is being solved, and we are making money, and we are expert at that, we'll be enjoying our life. So I don't agree with this work-life balance sort of thing. So you should be enjoying your life, right? So this is my perspective. If you love your work, you don't have to balance it anymore with life sort of thing, because you love coaching. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
This can be very easily judged by your communication style, by the words you use, by the smile that is on your face whenever it comes to coaching or solving problems. We are doing work right now, and we are enjoying it. So I don't have to wait kab 5 bajenge and I have to go home, sort of stuff.
Luckily.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So what are the bottlenecks of productivity? Like what kind of mindset one should have, and what kind of habits one should adopt, or tools that one should like keep in mind? Like these are the specific things that one should have in mind to be productive.
So in order to achieve, I mean, everybody, especially in corporate culture or the people doing out there who are doing businesses, they know they have to work. And unless they will work, they will not able to make it. I mean, in terms of money or impact or reports or whatever they're trying to do. So we need to also understand what are the obstacles in that. So there are multiple type of obstacles. Number one is mindset. Number one. So we get false kind of beliefs. In mindset, it could be because I don't love my job. It's a burden. And in Pakistan, especially, if you call someone in like around noon or sometime, or maybe if a person is not coming home in time, at his wife call him, "Baat सुने, आप कब आएंगे?" You say, "बस यार ऑफिस में फंसा हुआ हूँ." What do you mean by फंसा हुआ हूँ यार? I mean, if you don't love your job, please leave it, for God's sake. उस सीट का भी ना, उस सीट पे भी रहम करे, कोई और उस जगह पे आएगा, अच्छा काम करेगा. So this is some limited beliefs or negative beliefs. और जब हम समझ लेते हैं कि यार मैं फंस गया हूँ, क्या मुसीबत है, kind of words that we use. So it's mindset and the words that we use. That negative connotation can never help us to be productive at all. अब फंसा हुआ बंदा कैसे enjoy कर सकता है उस काम? So mindset issues there. And what is the solution? Solution is find a good mindset coach out there. Possibilities is a very good platform to find good coaches out there, by the way. Any other friend of yours, mentor, whoever you find that he or she is wise enough, get rid of that negative mindset, because unless that is done, nothing that I'm going to explain next will work. So mindset is number one. Number two is then habits based on that mindset. Again, if your habits are not productive, and you and anyone, I mean, Bashir or Hamid or Farkhanda, whoever, and if they are mixing pleasure with their work, they're never going to succeed. They will never be productive. Never at all. So if I want to take a break, I want to enjoy social media, YouTube, whatever, smoking, it should be done, it should not be done is another matter. We are not discussing it is right or wrong. I mean, whatever I want to enjoy, that is my definition of enjoyment. I should not mix it with work. So I should know that, okay, I have done 20 minutes of work and 10 minutes of leisure. 20 minutes of work and 1 hour of leisure, whatever. But it should not be 1.5 hours of neither work nor pleasure. So habits need to be fixed. Again, coaches and trainings and coaches help a lot to get these things fixed. Number three that I call is a tool set. So I have seen, Rehana, literally I have seen people with very good intentions. They have very positive mindset. They have very good habits. When they are working, they are very focused. They are working. But if a positive tool set is not there, by tool set, I mean an ecosystem, a supportive ecosystem to be productive. For instance, I wake up in the morning, whatever time it is, 7 a.m., 5 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever. Whenever I wake up, I get my phone. There are like multiple channels, be it Facebook or YouTube or Gmail or and whatnot, and TikTok. And so I get like tons of notifications. They need to be processed. I got tons of messages, for example, of calls. They need to be processed. And this is just in the morning, right? A system should be there which helps me. Okay, these five things need to be done at this time, and then this, and then this. So there should be a system to capture information, number one, whatever information is going on. And we have plethora of information nowadays. I mean, we know all that. So there is a systematic system of capturing information, number one. Then distilling that information. What need to be kept, what need to be archived, what need to be sorted at what place so that it could be used in what kind of project, right? So it need to be distilled. Then it need to be organized. And then it need to be repurposed. So there should be a system out there. I would strongly recommend there is a system of building a second brain, where Tiago Forte for this. You can watch Ali Abdal, for instance. He is an amazing doctor turned entrepreneur, creatorpreneur, and he works on productivity. There are Jason Fried, for instance. There are multiple other people as well. So whatever system suits you, be it a simple system of, it could be a simple pocket diary and a long diary, for instance. It could be sticky notes and just saying a large diary to maintain all your to-dos, whatever suits you. Get a good coach and get a system designed. So summarizing mindset, habits, and tool set. And by tool set, I mean environment. And unless these three things are there intact, with all my good intention, I couldn't be that productive that I must be.
Great, great. So what is the opportunity cost of unproductivity?
Oh, a lot. Since we are in training and coaching and consulting field, we luckily we got an opportunity to see the life from quite different parameters. For instance, I would like to with a metaphor, if I would explain it, it would be that if a movie is there in front of you, you can watch it linear, right? Either you can watch the start and the middle and then the end, and you can hop back and forth, right? Normally people live in a linear way, so they don't know what is going up next in 10 years. They don't know what is going up next in 20 years. I mean, we cannot know. But once you are in the training field, at a coaching field, for instance, you get to coach people of all ages, right? So luckily, I mean, you must have gone through this experience, and I have gone through this experience. In my coaches, for instance, there are coaches of 7 to 10 years old kids up to 60 plus people. Pure professionals, lieutenant generals of Pakistan, for instance, sitting lieutenant generals of Pakistan Army, CEOs and all. Now, once I see their version of life, a person who is in his late 60s, for instance, so his perspective of life, and then we see the perspective of life of a 10-year-old kid. So I'm not 60-year-old. I don't know what is going to happen at 60 years old. But if I interview like 300 people of 60 plus ages, I get to know what is the perspective of 60-year-olds that would be listening and viewing us. People, when we do through some certain exercises, that, for instance, there's a very powerful exercise that just imagine you are on your deathbed. We do this with a very imaginative form. Close your eyes. Just imagine you are on your deathbed. All your relatives are around you. Or granddaughter comes up and say, Nanabu, I want to ask you a question. And you said, yeah, please go ahead. And she said, have you lived a productive life? And you are on your deathbed. What do you want to answer? The people in our workshops, or the people that we are coaching, most of the times, by most I mean like literally 95% plus of the times, they take a deep breath like, I couldn't say yes. If the life that I'm living now, I would not be able to say yes. So it's huge opportunity cost, and we don't know until the end is there. So I don't, being a student, I was not a very fantastically organized student. For instance, I used to study very hard, but at times with the highs and lows and all. जिस दिन पेपर होता है ना, उस दिन याद होता है, if we had been productive the last 3 months, the way we were productive last 3 weeks, the results could have been different. So there is a moment of realization, yes. अब उसमें ना, यानी वाइज बात ये है, the moment that should be praised is, once you have identified a mistake, it should not be repeated at whatever age you are. You are 13-year-old, you are 30 years old, you are 60 years old. Once recognized, repeated. So जब पता चल जाए, get started. Mindset, habits, environment, tools, get productive. And there is another factor, being those who practice religion. There is a huge concept of being answerable to the Almighty. We all have to die. There is no dispute about it. No one in the world argues about that. A day of judgment would be there. Most of the people agree to that as well. And we will be asked for the time that we are given. Was that positively used, negatively used, carelessly used, not used, wasted at all? So this could be one of the very, very major reasons to be productive.
True, absolutely, 110%. I would definitely agree with that. And sometimes we unfortunately forget about this absolute fact, which is so unfortunate. But again, I mean, it's just the direction that the Almighty gives to us.
True.
And sometimes we just,
True.
spend our whole life useless. I mean, we do not even contribute anything, even
True.
to our lives. Society is like far, far away. All right. So
True.
another important question, Kamran, I would like to ask you, like, for a leader, how much is it important, and how can he develop this kind of skills in his team to become more productive?
So there are two things. We say that your brands are human. For instance, it's a very famous quote. And brands and your team and your business and your family is an extension of yourself. That's it. So if I'm organized and I scale myself and my skill to a team of 10 people, that skill set, whatever I have, will be multiplied. So if I'm organized, it will be an organized organization or an organized department, organized team, whatever. If I am creative, my team, most of the chances is my team would be creative. My organization would be perceived creative. So if I want to be perceived good and I should be impactful, I don't think there is any doubt about that. My team should be productive. Number one thing. So my team and my organization, my department, my business is my extension, nothing else. So if I want my team to be productive, if I want my children to be productive, I want my household to be productive, I need to be productive, number one, and meaningfully productive, not just for the sake of achieving numbers. And I mean, economics are necessary. I get that, but there should be a bigger purpose than that. So I need to be productive, number one, first of all. How my team can be productive, I need to understand this, that if you and I can walk, right? But if we want to save our time and get from point A to point B, if we walk, we'll get like 45 minutes. And if we say, 45 minutes is too much, we want to get there in 15 minutes. What we will do is we'll hire a cab or a cycle or a bicycle, whatever. And whatever we will hire will be more powerful than our muscle power of legs, right? And if not, we will not be able to reach there and save time, right? If I want to get more results through my team or my organization or my business or whatever I'm doing, I need to hire people. They are brighter than me and sharper than me and wiser than me. And that's a fear out there कि अगर हमारी टीम में लोग हमसे ज्यादा तेज होंगे तो they'll be gone. और फिर हम क्या करेंगे? And it's a huge factor when we deal with corporate clients. So said ke Kamran bhai, churn rate is so much high and all. The reason is not that you are less wiser than your team members or you are dumb than that. The only reason people leave is, I mean, it's a whole new debate, but the only reason the people leave is either the environment overall is not productive, and the people feel that I have a caliber of flying at 5,000 feet, for example, and my organization have a glass ceiling at 500 feet, for example, he or she will never sustain there. And one should not sustain in an organization. The problem is not to have dumber people in your team. The solution is not to have dumber people or less wise people or bewakoof people in your team or कि आप उनको डरा के रखें and all that. The solution is you get that glass ceiling removed and you set the bar higher by being more productive, by being more visionary, by solving greater problems, by connecting your work with a greater impact and a greater purpose. So this is a solution of that, and this is the only reason you'll be able to help people to work more. Just in case, I guess it was South Korea. I guess six months back, a lady. She was around, if I'm not wrong, 65 or something, maybe early 70s, and she lost 20 kgs in less than 3 months. And doctors were, and the reporters and all people were amazed at what made you lose 20 kgs at an age of 70 plus. I mean, you are walking like insane, you are exercising, working out, taking care of her diet and all. She wasn't telling anyone until the day came that she have to donate her kidney to her son. And there was no match out there. So once a solid reason is out there, solid reason. I mean, a mother cannot even think of letting her son or daughter die. That one core reason made her lose weight of 20 kgs or more than 20 kgs at an age of 70 plus, when people are not willing to move from their chairs or their beds, right? So if a strong purpose is there and a strong why is there, be it you or your team, they will be productive. Give them a bigger reason and mindset and habits and tools. Like hire good coaches. They'll help you to be their best versions. So this is how one can get his or her team productive.
That means the leader should be a good coach as well. Because I
100%.
myself have worked in corporate sector a lot for almost 15 years, and that was the place like where I actually felt like, the leader has to be a good coach as well. That is very much important, very, very much important.
True.
Otherwise, you can force people to actually quit their jobs, literally, or else
Exactly.
you would create kind of, very toxic culture. It's
True.
very much important.
And we try to True. And we try to control people from the backside. Don't do this, don't do that,
Yes.
don't do this.
Yes, true.
I mean, controlling people from backside is not leader. He's not even a manager. He's a shepherd, with all due respect.
True, true.
दरवाजे
Exactly.
में और leader में फर्क होता है. So leader leads from the front by example. I want my household to be up at Fajr, for example, by 6 a.m. I have to be up at least 15 minutes prior to that. Ideally 30 minutes prior to that, maybe 1 hour prior to that. If I am not able to come office at 9 and I expect my team to come office at 9 and report me, and I'll wake up at 9:30, I'll take some yawns, and then I'll see the newspaper, and then I'll go office at 12, and then so hota kya, the team is getting offered by that time when I am high and up, and I want everybody to be high and up, and this doesn't work. I mean, it can work once in a while, twice a week. In the long run, now the internet's out there and people have got opportunities on fingertips. We need to lead by example, no doubt about it. And I mean,
Exactly.
if a right mindset is there, and you have a good coach on top of that, and you're asking him or her through coaching, he or she is coaching you to be your best version. The tool set is there, the habit is there, the mindset is there, and you're enjoying all that. Why would you stop? I mean, does anybody have to motivate us to use TikTok or social media or Facebook or YouTube, for instance, or shorts or reels, whatever? Nobody have to motivate us. We do it all by self. Why? It's easy to use, it's fast, and we enjoy that. And the ecosystem is there. So internet's there, mobile phone is there, the RAM is good, it keeps on scrolling and all. And that is why we keep on doing that. Then if we add all these factors to our work, whatever, be it proposal writing or speech writing or doing, public speeches or making reports or going to the clients, making calls, whatever your work is, hire a good coach. He or she will coach you to how to enjoy your work, and the rest, everything will be sorted one by one.
For sure.
My life has
Well, thank you
changed
so much,
since,
Kamran.
I'm telling you, Rana, my life has absolutely changed. Coaches in my life. True.
I totally understand that. And with that, I would thank you a lot for sharing such sort of insights and sharing thoughts
Pleasure.
on productivity. I'm sure people would be loving to listen to it and would definitely learn a lot from it. So thank you so much for your time once again.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, Kamran.
Pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for
Thank you
having me.
so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Take care. Take care. Bye. I love this.
Allah Hafiz.